All right, so we just crossed the Florida-Georgia line. We're driving up Route 53 going north, and as you can see, there's no traffic. There's traffic on 90 and 10 going west to Tallahassee from Madison, but going north, there's nothing. So if what I believe is correct, this is probably the safest place to go anyways, the safer place to go anyways. What the news is saying now, at least this is what we've heard, this is hearsay, people are saying that it's forecast that Hurricane Irma is going to go straight up, all the way up Florida. I don't believe it's going to go all the way up Florida. It's going to hit Florida from what I believe, but if that high pressure system stays there, it's going to keep Irma south. That's what I believe. Obviously I could be wrong, but I haven't been wrong yet. And if it keeps Irma south, then I think Irma is going to have a westward tendency because Jose is behind Irma. Now, Jose is obviously a low pressure system, but compared to Irma, it is a high pressure system because Jose is a higher pressure right now than Irma. So with that being said, that high pressure is going to go push Irma. Jose is going to push Irma into the west. And so I think that Irma is going to go back into the Gulf and then go north. That's if the high pressure system goes away. But we just have to monitor it, see what's going on, to see what happens. Because I mean, other than just waiting, we have no idea because we don't know what everything is going to do. A lot, is determined based on what other systems do. So we're going north. I think that's the safest place to be. Everybody who's going west and staying along the coastline, I think that they might be making a very, very grave mistake. I think that they might actually get hit by Irma. I was talking to a lady today at the Dollar Tree, and she was calling me insane for telling her that she should stay where she is. I said, I said, you're safe behind this high pressure system. I said, this is where you need to be. And she said I was crazy. I said, she might be right, but, I studied a little bit of meteorology, so I kind of know a little bit of what I'm talking about. But like I said, if Irma gets pushed west into the Gulf, then those people who are along the Gulf are going to have to move again. And I don't want that to happen to me, so I'm going north. My wife, my kid, and me, we're going north into the mountains in Georgia, and I think we're just going to hunker down there until these things pass. But nevertheless, that's the update. It's 10:55 a.m. September the 8th, and that's what's going on. That's what's on our mind. And so when we find a place to stop, we'll pull over and make another video update. But as of now, doesn't look like anybody's going north. Doesn't look like anybody's going north. Apparently we're going too slow, so they got to pass us, but that's all right. That's understandable. So I do expect that we're going to find gas along this route and that we're going to find lodging. So yeah, we'll give you more in just a second. We're at a gas station in Thomasville, Georgia, right off of I think it's 84, and a lot of the gas stations that we've hit were empty. We're at this Circle K. They got gas. It's the only place that has gas, and it's full. There are so many cars here. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's crazy because there's no traffic on 84, but all the gas is gone. So check this out. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. Crazy. Only thing that's open is the diesel. Nobody's getting diesel. Diesel would be the thing to have, wouldn't it? Diesel engine. Yep. I want to show you this. This is the first time we've hit traffic. We just left that Circle K gas station off of 84, and we're going 19 north. It's the first time we've hit traffic during our entire journey, and everybody is going north. So I don't want to get stuck in this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to park somewhere and come up with a new game plan. So we're gonna turn around. We're gonna probably park in one of these little places right here. Take a look at the map, and we have to decide a different route, because this is not. See, look at this. Look at this. People are they're trying to get the hell out of Dodge. It's nuts. So we got a full tank of gas, thank the Lord, and we are going to not go with traffic. We're not going to get stuck in this. We're going to go somewhere else, and we'll let you know where we're going soon. Yep. So, turning around. We are not getting stuck in traffic, and we are gonna go somewhere else. All right, so we found this road called Pine Tree Boulevard. It looks like it kind of parallels 19. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we haven't hit. I mean, we just got on it, but it looks a lot less congested than 19. So we're gonna stay here for a little bit and keep trying to go north. Yeah. So we found this little road, Glenwood Drive. It kind of parallels 19 almost, but it's gonna get us in front of the traffic. It's gonna put us back on 19, but it's gonna put us ahead of where we would have been given the same amount of time at least. So we're gonna go. We're taking this Glenwood Drive around all the traffic, and we're gonna get back on 19 and go into Camilla, Georgia. I think we're gonna see what it's like there. We'll get back with you once we get there. All right, so we're coming back up on 19 here in a second. So we're about to find out if we made any progress. We're going to see what the traffic is like on 19 now. We followed that road all the way to 19. This is it.
Oh my gosh, baby, everybody's going west.
So
it's extremely red.
Wow. What, the traffic?
Yes.
So the traffic, my wife is saying, is extremely red heading west. Now, baby, are you talking about on here, 10 and 90?
Here. Going to Tallahassee.
Going into Tallahassee. Let's see. I can't. Oh, here we go. Oh, is your phone? Oh, the light's not on. Okay, there we go. So look at that. Where we are, everybody in Tallahassee. Everybody's heading to Tallahassee. I think we made the right choice again, huh? So this is 19. Here you go, babe. Thanks for that. This is 19, and we got ahead of the traffic. So technology is a nice thing to have, and I see some traffic coming up right there, and we are in front of them. So, yep, that traffic is all getting backed up at that light behind us. So let's hope it stays that way. And wow. We're just getting more and more lucky as we go along. Now we're heading on 19, and to be honest with you, I don't know if we're going to stop in Camilla or if we're just going to keep going. But with this full tank of gas, we can go for quite a while. So, wow. I don't know how long this documentary is going to be, but it's just one miracle after the other for this van and family. All right, so this is where we're ending up for the night. We decided to go to Albany, Georgia, at a little campsite called Cheehaw. And we're, let's see, Animal Park, Play Park. I'm guessing it's gonna be this way. I'm not sure. Anyways, they have discounts here for Florida evacuees, and it's a really nice campsite so far. I mean, by the looks of it, but they gave us 15% off, and so it's actually going to cost. It's costing $27 for 2 days, and yeah, so we're going to be able to set up our tent, and we're going to see what kind of activities they have here too. And apparently they got some stuff going on tonight and tomorrow night. And looks like there's some things to do, some fun stuff to do. So we're going to enjoy this time here in Georgia, and hopefully more people from Florida make it up here, and hopefully we don't have to use any more of the gas that we got. Hopefully this is it. We're gonna see if we can wait out the storm here. This pretty little campsite. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people are here, but yeah, this is nice. So, all right, signing out for now. Still September 8th, and it's 1:45 p.m. All right, so this is the campgrounds for the tents at Cheehaw Park in Albany, Georgia. There are no tents here right now. It is 2:40 September 8th, okay? And there's only a few tents here. This is our little tent here. We're kind of hogging the shade back here. We're hogging a little bit more than just the shade, but we got the fire pit, our van, and now this is what the tent was supposed to look like when we set it up at Swanee Park. But if you remember what it looked like back then, it was kind of a big mess because I put it together late at night. It was dark outside and I was by myself, so this is what it should look like if you have somebody help set it up. And so my wife helped me set this up, and look, this is the same one that we had at Swanee, and it was $10 from a thrift store, so thank God for that. And like I said, we got to pick our location. As you can see, there are very few tents here at the campground right now, but I talked to the people at the office. There's a couple tents right there, as you can see right there. I talked to the people in the office, and they said that people from Florida have been calling all day, and they're on their way up here. And that was probably the traffic that we dodged on 19. Got one neighbor there, a couple neighbors down there. Other than that, we are all by our lonesome, and we have electricity and water hookup. The only thing is there are a couple bees that like to hang out by the water, and that's the bathroom. The bathroom's definitely not as nice as Swanee, but we'll take it for $27 for 2 days. Yes, we will take that. And if we really need to take a shower, we'll try to find a truck stop or something along those lines. But we're going to wait it out here, see what happens with the storm. And if that storm leaves nothing for us to go back to, then this might be where we stay for quite a while. So this is Cheehaw Park in Albany, Georgia. Very nice campground. Has a zoo too, so we're going to check that out. What you think about the storm, Jacob? What do you think about it, huh? We gonna be okay? Did you like being at the park? No big deal. Burning the trash. So it's almost 5 o'clock, September 8th. Went to the dollar store and bought this little oscillating fan for 15, 16 bucks. Because we have electrical outlet and a power, extension cord. This is going to be dinner tonight. You know, we have to, save a little bit of money. So, we're eating noodles, just heating up some water. This is going to be dinner once again. Save a couple bucks, but it's you got to do what needs to be done sometimes, and so this little system works. She just wants a cup of noodles. I still want the spinach noodles. I'm gonna add some seasoning to it, and I'm gonna put some more of that shredded pork in there again, and be satisfied. Still got 9.5 gallons of water left that we haven't even used. We haven't had to. So, and not only that, but we got that water tap right there. So we're kind of hiding it, but there's no one else here right now. So that's about it. So it's still an empty campsite. As you can see, we're the lucky ones. Well, there it is. You can see cutting across Florida right there. It shows the high pressure system and the low pressure system from Irma converging and creating that line of clouds that dissects Florida in the middle. It goes to the northeast. That is showing that the high pressure system is preventing the moisture content from Irma to go north. It's preventing it from going north. We're right up here in Georgia right now, so we are inside of the high pressure system. I'm telling everyone that we're safe. They're telling us that we're not. The media is saying that Irma is going to come straight up Florida and into Georgia. I'm saying that's bullshit. I am telling you, it is going to go across Florida and up into the Gulf, and then it might, if it gets over this way, then it might come out here and swing back and up, but it's not going to come straight up the center like they're saying. They're full of crap. I don't know why they're lying to people. I'm not a meteorologist, but I know that much. So we're gonna see what happens, but all those people that ended up going to Tallahassee, they might get hit. At least that's what I think. So we need to continue monitoring it and not keep running around willy-nilly, because if we run around willy-nilly, we might actually run around into the wrong spot. But right now, what our plan is if this hurricane comes up into the Gulf from Albany, we're in Albany, Georgia, we're not going to go north west like probably everybody else. Everybody in Tallahassee is going to go north, or they're going to keep going west. Which, if they keep going west, that probably it's not going to be a bad idea. But they're going to either do that or they're going to go north. But we're in Albany, so if we go northeast, the hurricane isn't going to follow us that way. But we don't foresee anyone planning to go that way, or we don't foresee anyone actually going that way, so we're not going to have any traffic. And if we do go that direction, we're going to end up going to Virginia probably to see my family. We don't really need to go that far, but that's probably what we'll do anyways. So that's the latest update. Everybody's freaking out over this thing. I don't think there's too much to freak out. Once it gets to the land, It's going to slow down all the friction. It's going to cause it to slow down. Once it goes over Florida, it's going to get downgraded pretty quickly once it hits all that friction from the surface. But we do have plans. If it does make it up here, obviously, I could be wrong. If it does make it up here, we're packing up, we're leaving. We are going northeast, and if we don't have enough time to move, or if we do get overcome by traffic, we're going to find a parking garage and we're going to ride it out. By the time it gets up here, I don't see it being anything big, more than a couple thunderstorms. But everybody's freaking out over this because the news media is hyping it up, and the people who should be freaked out are the ones in southern Florida right now, rightfully so. But people in Georgia, and we saw people in Georgia boarding up their windows. I think that's a little too much, a little too soon. But nevertheless, it's better to be prepared than to be found with your pants below your ankles. So hats off to you if you're in Georgia and you're boarding up your windows. But we still plan on watching to see what this thing does in the next 24 hours before we decide to make a move, because more information you have, the better move you can make. If you make a move too much in advance, you might actually put yourself in a wrong spot. That's not what you want to end up doing. So, it's about time to sign off for the day, September 8th. And thanks for watching. It's 9:20 p.m. September 8th. I just got done looking at a bunch of information from a couple different sources. It looks to me like Irma, a lot of people are saying it's going to go straight up the center and it's going to come into Georgia. Some people are even saying it's still going to go to the east. But it looks to me as if it's going to hit Cuba, and then it's going to bounce off of Cuba and go north. And as soon as it goes north, it's going to continue to go west. It's going to ride up the west coast of Florida. And from there, it's going to be in the Gulf. And there's no telling, I obviously, there's no way I can tell you where it's going to go in the Gulf. But I have a feeling it's going to take out St. Pete. I have a feeling it's going to ride up the west coast and take out St. Pete. But, obviously I could be wrong. But, I think, like I said, I think it's going to hit Cuba. And then it's going to bounce off of it because there's too much friction there. It's going to go the path of least resistance. It's going to go back into the water. And then it's going to go up into the Caribbean. Or not the Caribbean, I'm sorry. It's going to be the Gulf Coast. And then from there, it could get stronger and then hit the Panhandle in Louisiana. But I'm going to keep a very close eye on it. I'm going to try to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning to see what the pressure systems are doing and what the track looks like, exactly where the eye is. So the next couple hours, it's going to make a huge difference. So, keep you posted. It's 1:55 a.m. September 9th. And we just found out that Irma hit Cuba. So, unfortunately, I was partly correct so far. We're going to wait for the 2 o'clock NOAA forecast to come out, and then we're going to see where they're saying it's going to go. I predict it's going to go up along the west coast or into the Gulf. And if that's the case, we're heading out relatively soon. We're leaving Georgia, but and we're gonna head northeast. But we've got a few minutes before that comes out, before the new plot comes out. But we really feel for the people in the panhandle if that's the case, because a lot of people the other day were going west on 90 and 10. And I tried to tell several people at the gas station and the dollar store not to go that way, but they wouldn't listen to me. I actually had one lady tell me to pay attention to the news, and I just looked her dead in the eyes and I told her I was paying attention to the news and that I studied meteorology. And she just looked me right back in the face and shook her head and pushed her cart right out of dollar store like I wasn't trying to help her, but it's just unfortunate. I hope I'm wrong, because that's gonna suck for them. They're all gonna leave at the same time, and they're gonna have the same situation with the gas, and with the traffic and everything else. So we're gonna leave soon. Um, we still have time, obviously, to get some sleep in, some shut eye. But we're gonna make our decision here in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, once this new plot comes out. So we'll keep you posted. All right, it's 2:05, and I just took a look at the new plot, the new NOAA plot of Hurricane Irma, and the median of the plot, in the middle of the plot, the line was drawn, and where the line was drawn was the west side of Florida. Just like the plot that they drew on September 5th. Which is where they originally plotted it to go. Now, I agree with this plot for several reasons. However, the main determining factor, if they're correct, is what the pressure system in the Atlantic is going to look like when the sun comes up, and what the pressure system in the center of the United States is going to look like when the sun comes up. It's going to matter more in the Atlantic, because the Atlantic is going to get the sun first. Nevertheless, we have a few hours to leave, and we know about it before everyone else. So, not only that, we're going to be heading in a direction that the traffic is not going to go. At least, they're not going to go there yet. So, we're going to go ahead and pack up relatively soon, and we're going to head northeast before everybody else. Unfortunately, this is part of the game. Information is key, and you've got to make a move before everybody else does. So, thankfully, we've got a full tank of gas. So, even if gas tanks do run out again, we'll be able to drive at least 300 miles, which is great. But we've also got time on our side, so that's great too. thank God, because we have shelter, and even then, if all else fails, we're going to find a parking garage and we're going to ride out the storm deep inside landfall, and we're going to be all right. So that's the latest update. We'll have more for you soon. Thanks for watching.